Hello, 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 hello. We're live. I'm live. How are you doing? Welcome back to another everyday English lesson right here on English Outside the Box. Sorry for the delay. I know I'm about 5 minutes late, but unfortunately it's because I was having some technical difficulties. And it's perfect because, as you could tell from the title of this live lesson, we're talking about important computer and technical English vocabulary. Now, this is incredibly important for you if you use a computer, if you work with a computer, or if you're trying to learn more English vocabulary. So let me just give you a quick introduction about me in case you are new. You can tell me if you're new. You can tell me in the chat. All right, so I have some familiar faces in the chat and perhaps some new. So keep saying hello, keep telling me where you're from. And a question that I want you to think about while I'm giving you a little introduction about me is, tell me, have you ever been hacked? Have you ever been hacked? Are you a hacker? So we're going to talk about being hacked and what a hacker is in a few. But in case you're new, my name is Jennifer Nascimento, and I'm the teacher, the founder, the creator of English Outside the Box. English Outside the Box is an online English education website and place for you to improve your everyday English skills. I help my learners improve the skills, the English, everything they need to communicate and live more comfortably, more confidently in day-to-day English. So I help learners who need to work in an English-speaking country, study in an English-speaking country, move and live in an English-speaking country, or some of my familiar faces who just love English and want to learn more. All of these live lessons are going to have full lesson notes on my website that you can review later. This lesson right now, it's all about improving your listening skills and connecting with a native speaker. If you're watching live, definitely participate in the chat. I'm going to ask questions. I might write new vocabulary. And if you write it down, if you write sentences, if you answer the questions, you can get feedback like we were in a classroom together. Isn't that great? I love technology. So that is what this lesson's all about. So after this lesson, go to my website, EnglishOutsideTheBox.com, and you can read the full lesson notes. You can also read hundreds of other English lessons as well. So as I mentioned, today we are talking all about important computer and important technical English related to computers. Now, this is going to be helpful, as I mentioned, to anybody who uses a computer. If you use a computer for work, school, or even personal reasons, you're going to be needing to understand some of the vocabulary and language we're going to be learning today. I hope you won't need to know some of the language. I hope you never experience getting hacked, but it can happen to anybody. It happened to me. Now I want to tell you the story and teach you this English, teach you this vocabulary in context. So as you know, I work online, I use a computer, and I've been using my laptop a lot lately because I've been in the process of moving. You can see my background's very different, and it's different from last week and different from the week before. So I'm getting settled into my new routine. Before I got settled, I needed to use my laptop. So the other day, I opened up my laptop and I tried to boot it up, and unfortunately, the whole thing just shut down. So I thought, well, that's strange. Maybe the battery died. So I plug my computer into the wall. I connect it to the power. I turn it on. It made some funny sounds, And when it opened and it rebooted, it was on a screen that required a 4-digit PIN. The 4-digit PIN said, type the PIN that you need to unlock it when you locked your computer. However, I didn't lock my computer, which is the strange thing. So I realized when I went onto my email that I got a strange email. It seemed to be like a phishing email. Phishing as in Phishing, phishing. So I seemed to get this phishing email that wanted information. It seemed like it was coming from a reliable source, Apple, but I believe the link was a virus. So when I clicked that link thinking it was an email from Apple, I believe a hacker got into my system and hacked my computer. They completely took over my laptop where I can't even use it. Luckily, I had a special Apple app on my phone. I logged into my app, and then I was able to change my passwords, change my email, and regain access to my account. However, I had a problem because I wasn't running any kind of security software on my computer. Now, I want to ask you, do any of you have security softwares on your program, antivirus programs? I didn't. Now I do, and now I will make sure I always use one. So I had to call the support. I had to call Apple support, and luckily we've taken the steps to regain access to my computer. But I still have to take it to the Genius Bar at Apple. I have to take it to the place to get it fixed, still to unlock my computer. So that's the story about getting hacked, and my warning to you: be careful when you open emails that seem strange. It could be a phishing email, and it could be connected to a scam. If you click or you do anything with that email, it might connect you or load a virus onto your computer. So make sure you have an antivirus or security software system. We're going to review some of the other vocabulary we talked about in that paragraph, in that story. But I want to know, if you're watching live in the chat or watching the replay later, have you ever experienced anything similar? I asked you before, have you ever been hacked? And Madi said, I've never been hacked because I'm a hacker. So Madi, are you the one who hacked my computer? So Julia Bashi, welcome from Italy. I thought the same thing. Apples don't get viruses. Apples are safe. You don't need any antivirus software. I was wrong. You could be wrong too. So definitely try to load some kind of security software, antivirus software on your computer. All right. So, got it. Here we go. So what we're going to do now is review some of the vocabulary that we've talked about and that we've used in this lesson. Remember, you can read the lesson notes and you can review what we're learning on the blog in a little bit later. But let's start with some vocabulary. I'm going to give the definition, and I want you to try to create your own sentence example using the new vocabulary. Then I will read some of the sentence examples coming live in the chat, and I'll help you and tell you if they're right or if they're wrong. So the first word we want to talk about is hack. To hack, which is a verb. That is when somebody can secretly get access to files on a computer or on some kind of network, and they do it to get information. They do it to cause damage. They use it to steal stuff. So it's really unfortunate. And it sucks. It's not good. Hack is a verb. So Unless you are a hacker, a person who does this illegal activity, you are most likely going to hear the word and use the word passively. I was hacked. My computer was hacked. And that means that somebody else got into your system and stole that information. So hacker, a person, a noun, somebody who does the illegal action. Hack, a verb. I, unfortunately, was hacked. And I've never been hacked. Good. Louise, I've never had my computer hacked. Perfect. Madi, no, I didn't hack your computer. I didn't hack your computer. Great. The next word we're going to talk about is phishing. Phishing. Remember, I said that was Phishing. And phishing is an illegal action of sending emails pretending to be from a reputable, reliable, or real company in order to trick people, like me, trick people into giving personal information or clicking on links or giving some sort of access. These phishing emails are often links to a virus. A virus, as you know, is probably a sickness or an illness that a person has. In this context of computer and technical vocabulary, a virus is a program that gets onto your computer and it causes damage. It can delete files, it can ruin files, and unfortunately, like a human illness, it can spread very quickly to other devices, systems, and computers. To combat a virus, you need security software or an antivirus software. This is a program, software, that you put on a computer to protect yourself against a virus. Antivirus, remember, anti means against. So it's protecting you against a virus. All right. So then we have some other examples here using the vocabulary we've just learned. I'm really afraid of being hacked. Julia, get your anti-software program. Get your antivirus software program. Some hackers are such kind people like me. I don't agree, Madi. If you receive a phishing email, delete it. Yes. Oh, someone hacked my email account. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Coming back to some other verbs related to a computer. Now, you might hear someone say, boot up your computer, or I need to boot my computer. To boot up or to boot a computer means to start a computer. I need to boot up my computer. I need to start it. I need to turn it on. Similarly, sometimes when you have your computer on, you need to turn it off and turn it on again. This is called restarting or rebooting. Rebooting your computer is turning your computer on again to restart it, to turn it off and to start it again. To shut down is when you turn it off, when you turn it off completely. So you can shut down your computer, often by going to, file shutdown. Or in my case, because of the hacker, my computer shut down involuntarily, meaning I didn't do it. And still that means the computer turned off. I mentioned that to fix the account and to regain control, I used a phone app. An app is short for an application. These are little programs that you download on your smartphone, on your iPad, or your tablet. And these are applications or programs that you put on your phone or on your smartphone, as I mentioned. Naturally speaking, I would never say a phone application. It just sounds strange. As a native speaker, it sounds unnatural. I will always say app. I had a really good app that helped me regain control. Do you have English apps on your phone? Do you download a lot of apps on your phone? So you want to make sure you use the word app when you talk about applications because it sounds much more natural. All right. Ian Rodriguez, welcome from Brazil. You are an IT professional, so maybe you can teach us some other important computer technology. We use boot in French too. Perfect. I love when the languages are so similar that it makes it easier for you guys to learn English. Other vocabulary we talked about, I didn't mention this, but it's an important word that I wanted to include. Always make sure you back up your computer files. I'm so happy that I backed up my files. I back up my files every single day. And back up means to make a copy of something, files, programs, pictures, etc., and you protect it from being lost. Because you make a copy of it, if it gets lost or damaged by a virus in one place, you can access this information again. Great, right? So you often back up things on an external hard drive, which is a machine that holds data that's separate from your computer. Okay, that's one place to do it. Some people use like a USB drive, and that plugs into the USB port, that little hole on a computer, and that's a way that you can store and exchange information. And yeah, so unfortunately, my unfortunate situation of being hacked, was not good. I had to go through a lot of stuff to fix it, but I wanted to use it as an opportunity to teach you English because I realized how important this information was. I had to be on hold on the phone with Apple for almost an hour and a half, Apple's support. Now, if you have a problem with your computer and you are in an English-speaking country, you will need to know a lot of this information to fix any scam or virus or problem you get on your computer. So remember, you can always watch the replay of this video and read the full lesson notes on EnglishOutsideTheBox.com. This is going to give you the definitions we've reviewed today, the sentence examples we've reviewed today, and it's also going to give you some practice exercises, questions, and ways to use this new vocabulary, which is so important. If you don't use new vocabulary that you're learning, you're never going to remember. I promise. You might say, okay, perfect. I learned all of these words today. I understand them. Great. If you never look at them again, you're not going to remember them. So make sure you go to my website and practice. I'm going to come back here in the chat and see some more sentence examples. And let's see if there's any feedback I can give. I have so many English apps like Gmail, YouTube, awesome. At night, I usually turn my PC down. So, Julia, you shut your PC, your computer, right? A PC is a computer. You shut your PC down or you turn your PC off. That's what you need to say just before going to bed. Turn my PC down does not make sense. Turn my PC down is incorrect. You turn it off or shut it down. All of these terms we keep in English. We don't translate them to Portuguese. Awesome. That is great. Julia, I'm used to using Word Reference app as a translator. Good. I personally don't like translators. I would love if you used the Merriam-Webster Learner's Dictionary app. Merriam-Webster Learner's Dictionary app. And that app is going to connect you to the English definition, English examples, and not translate. All right. So if there are any other sentence examples or questions that you want to practice right now in the chat, go ahead and do that now while we are finishing and wrapping up this live lesson. As another reminder, you are going to have practice exercises on my website, EnglishOutsideTheBox.com, a little later this afternoon. On the full lesson notes, you are going to get some practice exercises. Practice makes perfect, so you must practice. Maybe you can practice answering some of these questions. Have you ever been hacked? Do you have any antivirus or security software on your computer? Do you make it a habit to back up your files? Have you ever gotten a virus? Do you always shut down your computer at night? Why do you need to reboot a computer? What's the benefits of rebooting your computer sometimes? And what would you do if you received a phishing email? What would you do if you received a phishing email? So those are some practice questions you can review. You can write the answers to practice writing using the vocabulary. You can answer these questions with a friend, conversation partner, or try to use them in your next conversation talking about computer and technical English. All right, our chat is talking about some helpful apps, so definitely give that a go. I have no virus on my computer because I'm using the operating system, Linux operating system, not operation system, the operating system. Sometimes, Ian, sometimes I keep my computer turned on for days. We keep it on, but sometimes it's important to reboot it, right? All right, everybody, I am so happy I was able to teach this live lesson to you today. Thank you for taking time to learn English with me. So excited to have you. I hope you never have to use any of this vocabulary. I hope you're never hacked, but if you are, now at least you're able to talk about it confidently in English. If you want to keep learning with me, I recommend subscribing to this channel. You can subscribe to YouTube, English Outside the Box, if you haven't already, and be notified for all future lessons. As a reminder, I am here at this time every Tuesday. It's Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. PST, and that's Los Angeles time zone. I'm always here, and I would love for you to join me next week too. Share it with your friends, and let's make this the best place to learn English. I hope I see you next week. I wish you a fabulous, fabulous day. Happy studying, and I'll see you soon.